have you noticed that Crawford is on, and everywhere you go, you are powered? I cannot think of any one singular activity in Crawford where Barbados Light and Power is not a significant part of it. And that's what we want to recognize today, but they keep us safe at the same time as well. With me is the communications consultant and advisor, I changed her title, sorry, Cassandra Crawford. We know her so well.
Good morning.
Cassandra's also brought along with her the systems engineer, Miss Paula Palmer.
Good morning.
Paula, good morning as well.
Good morning.
Cassandra, I set it up that way because it's the truth.
It's the truth.
You power the festival.
Yes, we do, with good energy, I might add. That is a major part of our campaign. During the course of summer, we actually launched a Good Energy campaign. You may realize that our Energy Talks introduction now features the Good Energy jingle and music, and that is real because there are real people working very hard behind the walls of the plants that make up Barbados Light and Power Company Limited. But we wanted to reiterate the importance of safety and just, you know, remind people that that's what we want. For everybody, we want you to continue to be safe, and we have very much been a part of supporting the festival for a number of years. We had a presence at the very launch of this season, the ceremonial delivery of the last canes, as well as Pandemonium. Those are our two major associate-sponsored events. But apart from that, we are there supporting. We're sitting at the table when questions come up. We make sure that band leaders understand that they have a responsibility as well to make sure the route is safe for their revelers, and that's where we come in. So at this point, I would want Paula to walk you through some of the things that our guys, our team, including Victor Calendar, they do to just make sure that all the stakeholders during the festival understand what they need to do to make sure that the revelers have a safe and enjoyable experience.
Paula, over to you.
Thank you. So in preparation for Kadooment Day and 4-day morning, we do a walkthrough with the various stakeholders. So we would walk the route. For 4-day morning, we do it at night because, as you know, 4-day morning is dark. So we want to see what it's like at that time. Sorry.
It happens sometimes.
So we meet with the various stakeholders, we walk the route. So we look for certain things to ensure that the public is as safe as possible. So the first thing we will look at is all the manholes that we may have along the route. We make sure that the covers are not damaged, that they are intact, so that persons don't step on them and create a hazard or get an accident. The next thing we look at our street lighting. So all the lights that we have along the road, we will look at them, make sure they're working. If they're not working, we get them fixed so that we have that safety element as well. Our poles, we look at our poles because we know 4-day morning, Kadooment, everybody happy, everybody on the big trucks. So we look for the low-hanging wires in conjunction with the third parties as well. So we try to make those safe so that there are no hazards when the big trucks are passing, because we know we have had issues with people pushing wires, poking wires, moving them out the way with the brooms, which is something that we do not want, we do not advise. So we try to tidy up those wires and make sure they don't pose a hazard. And the final thing that I can say that we look at are the stay guards on our poles. So we have poles and they have metal wires coming from them to the ground to stabilize them. So what we do, we put a stay guard on them, which is a yellow, bright color, to make persons aware that they're there so that it doesn't cause a tripping hazard. But what I would like to say is that every year when we go, we have to put them back. So we don't know what happens with them, but we encourage the public, if you see them, leave them because they're there for your safety, to highlight you to that hazard so that you don't trip and fall and injure yourself.
So that's the street parade.
Yes. And just to say, Pearson, we do have a photo of that wire so that we help people understand what it is. It's something that you can very easily take for granted. It looks like a very benign feature, but there's a yellow protective cover that goes over.
It's like a sleeve.
That's a good way of describing it.
All right, when they have it up, I'll let you know.
Share.
And so that's for the street parade. So you just make sure that the wires are not too low. Do you also advise the height or make recommendations as to how high those trucks ought to be? Or there's a sleeve that we're talking about. I call it a sleeve. What do you call it again?
A stay guard.
Stay guard. So when you see that, leave it alone. Because it's there for your safety. It's a bit of a caution look for you to know just be careful not to run into this here because it's stable, not just stabilizes the pole, but it actually helps with conduction.
Yeah. And it disappears. It could kind of blend into the background if the yellow guards are not in place. So when you're partying, and we always encourage that you party responsibly, you celebrate life responsibly, you may miss this. So we want it to be easy for you to see it and be as safe as you can.
Because it doesn't help with the conduction, it stabilizes the pole.
Yeah.
So there's no electricity flowing through it,
Good.
but it's just to prevent you from tripping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the metal wire is a thin metal wire, you may not see it. So the yellow is bright to highlight to you and let you see it and know that the hazard is there.
Yeah.
And the same approach happens for Grand Kadooment Day as would happen
Yes.
for 4-day morning.
Yes.
Got it. So we just want to make sure the roads are safe and the manhole is covered and they're safe, that the poles are stabilized, that the wires are not sagging and lagging there, and that everybody respects the fact that you don't just push it up with a broom or a stick. You let the Barbados Light and Power walk the route with you. So if you have an event coming up, I suppose it's important that we do talk to you guys at the Light and Power.
Absolutely. We want to take advantage of every opportunity to let you know what safety really is and to bring to light those things that you may take for granted or you may not think of. Something as simple as Paula mentioned, any of the manholes, if there are any drains as well that need to be taken care of. We also keep our eyes out for things like that so that the respective parties can have them secured. Because if you think about it, the trucks are so large,
Yes.
the crowds are also large, so people aren't focused on looking down and they shouldn't have to worry about things like that. So we make sure that our spaces definitely are taken care of. We do have underground cabling as well as above ground, so we certainly make sure that those things are well taken care of. And as you said, without the electricity, the parties don't happen. The
Everything
vendors on the
stops.
highway can't get their Cuckoo Village thing set up. You know what I'm saying? So
Everything stops.
all that set up on the Mighty Griner Highway, we ensure that the electrical supply is available so that everybody can do what they need to do.
I mean, we look at your team, we're already mobilized and standing by. They're at
Always
work, just
working.
ensuring.
Always working. Even when we're sleeping, there are crews that are working and responding. They work very hard and, you know, they take it very personally. It's a huge responsibility. So we really are pedantic about safety and wanting to ensure that people respect what is to be done. And electricity, it's very helpful, but it can be dangerous. So we
Yes.
just want to make sure that you remember.
And you know, we are eternally grateful to the Barbados Light and Power Company for the work you do.
Yeah.
Because, you keep us safe, but you keep us powered. And when that party ends, sometimes we forget to say thank you. But I want, on behalf of the thousands of Barbadians, to say thank you, Light and Power,
You are
for
most
the great work you're doing,
welcome.
powering the festival, keeping us active and powered and
It is
energized.
our pleasure.
Thank you.
Yes.
But there's some dangers that also occur. Because when the party is all over,
The work is still going
The
on.
work is still going on.
And we still are keen on safety. Like, that's how every single day starts, with a safety talk, with going over how the work is going to be done, the best and most efficient and safest way to get it done. And that's with the customer considered as well as our teams considered. But one of the problems that challenges our team across the company would be the misuse of poles. Poles is another part of Paula's purview in terms of making sure that whatever is supposed to be in place on the poles are actually in place. But then we have problems with signage. Signage continues to be a real challenge. This presents a safety concern for our crew. And while we have the bucket trucks, as people would say, the signs on the poles create issues. The staples, the nails, the wood itself is just too much, and it is a real problem for us. And we cannot say enough, you are not allowed to place signs on the poles.
I think you're watching, folks. If you're watching,
Yes.
you see what Cassandra's talking about here, because we see it littering our streets nowadays,
Yes.
where people are just punching holes into the poles and sticking up signs as they go. But that presents a problem for the
Yes.
workers of the Light and Power, because
It's a safety hazard for those contractors and employees, because we do have contractors that climb poles. It creates a hazard for them when they're climbing the pole. It's an obstruction, and the staples that you leave in the pole, they can prevent their spurs from sticking into the pole,
Yeah.
which could create a falling hazard or tripping hazard. So that's why we urge the public to not put signs on our poles.
And people don't understand. So it's almost like it should be culturally accepted, but this really is a problem, and we are asking and appealing. We are going to start an intense and aggressive campaign removing these signs. We have advised some persons, because I know you guys know that there are signs that you will see that are predominantly across the country on the poles. The only thing that is allowed under the law is small signage, and this is through the Town and Country Planning Department. It may have a different name at this point in time.
I get you.
But just those tiny, you may see a white sign, directional sign, that's the only thing. Not to any of your apartments, not to where you get your eggs or your chow or any of that stuff. It's not supposed to be on the poles. Cameras, everything, and it really is a challenge for our crew. So we want to work safely. The important thing is always to get the guys and the ladies back home safely when they head out to do the jobs, and we are really appealing for cooperation in that regard.
You know, if you need to reach out to have further discussion on this, just call the Barbados Light and Power. How can we do so? Call.
If there's a situation that needs urgent attention, 626-9000. That's 626-9000. Or you can call our customer care department at 626-4300.
It's one of those weekends coming up. We want all to be safe indeed. And of course, the emergency number is 626-9000. I know it by heart.
Yes. Good. Good, Kirsten.
I do. Let the current go off and see what happens.
And again, if that happens, I just want to remind people that is not what we want.
Correct.
We want to make sure that when you touch that switch, you get your power. Right. So if it's not on, there is a reason, and chances are safety is behind that reason.
Amen on that one. Cassandra Crawford, Communications
Advisor.
And Systems Engineer Paula Palmer of the Barbados Light and Power reminding us to be safe this weekend. But of course, they track it. They've taken the walks, they've looked at everything, they've tried to make it as safe as possible. But we ourselves can be our greatest danger, and we need to be paying close attention. As Cassandra said, we want you to remove those signs from the poles which are not authorized, because you're endangering the lives of the workers of the Barbados Light and Power Company who have to climb those poles to affect change where change is needed to be affected indeed. So let's all learn, let's all begin to be obedient and do what we need to do. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you too, Pearson, and have a great and safe crop over weekend.
You too. Thanks a lot.
Morning, morning, morning.